Welcome back to the Sims Resource. Today, we're doing a really exciting lookbook for me. This is the RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars All Winners season lookbook. And I don't know about you guys, but I was waiting for this season for like literal years. And when it came, I was so excited. So I'm going to be recreating some of the winners' looks from different runways. So the first one I'm going to recreate is Jinx Monsoon's very first look from this season, the I'm Crowning look. And I'm really rooting for Jinxie here. I just love her. Season 5 was the first season of the show I ever watched, and ever since then I've been a Jinx Monsoon stan. It's Monsoon season, and so I really want to see her take the crown home. Though, to be fair, I'd be happy with a lot of them taking the crown home, if I'm being really honest. So yeah, here's the rest of Jinxie's look. Our second queen that I'm recreating is Slay Coulee herself, Shay Coulee. I love Shay. Season 9 of the show is probably one of the strongest in terms of just like pools of competitors. I mean, like the top 4, it is so insane. I mean, 3 of them are winners now, and honestly, if Peppermint comes back, I think she'll take it too. So with Shay, I'm recreating her entrance look. I just really loved the all orange, especially on her skin tone. It just popped. It looked so electric and cool. And I couldn't find a jumpsuit that was perfect for this look, and so I ended up picking a dress in the same color because with this look, I felt like the color was more important than the like jumpsuit itself. Like the silhouette was great, but the most important aspect of this look, because it was all monochromatic, was the color. And also, I mean, just I love short hair on Shay. I think she looks so beautiful with it, and I know that where we're at right now when I'm posting this, she's a little bit behind in the competition, but I don't know. Shay is known for really coming up from behind, as Bow the Drag Queen said in this week's episode of The Pit Stop. So, yep, this is Shay. Now we're on to Jada Essence Hall, the essence of beauty. I love Jada. Honestly, I was a little bit behind. I didn't actually watch season 12 as it was airing. I had to catch up on it when it was on Paramount Plus, and not sponsored unless they really want to sponsor. That'd be cool. And I fell in love with her. She is so funny. She is so witty. I just like. She's such a winner. I don't know how else to say it. Like, you watch her, she's so charismatic, she's so hilarious, and she also makes all of her looks, which is bonkers crazy insane. As someone who sews, like, as a hobby, the things that she can create are so beautiful and intricate, like, I could never. So I'm actually recreating her pleather principal look. I loved this look. It was Matrix inspired and it is so cool. She really took like the Matrix aesthetic from like the early 2000s, late 90s and said, what if I made it modern? And I love it. So here is Jada. Now we're on to Monet Exchange. I mean, it's hard not to love Monet. She's like truly one of the most charismatic queens we've ever had on this show, and also is the only woman who also won Miss Congeniality, which is crazy. I love her. I love listening to her podcast, Sibling Rivalry with Bob the Drag Queen, and I also love her cat. I don't know if you've ever seen her cat, Colleen Exchange, but I love Colleen. She's a little hairless cat, and she is probably one of the cutest hairless cats I've ever seen. This is coming from someone who's not super into hairless cats. I love Colleen. And also, I love the look that I'm recreating here. I'm recreating her pleather principal look. It was fully, like, impossible to find exactly what I was looking for on TSR. I tried, but, you know, I also had time constraints. So I ended up going with a dress that had a lot of like detailing in like the ribcage in the front, because I think that kind of like emulated the aesthetic and silhouette that I was looking for. And I'm honestly pretty happy with it. I think that I did a pretty good job, and I hope I did Monet justice. Alright, now we're on to the Vivian. I actually haven't seen UK 1. I, for some reason, went straight to UK 2. Don't ask me why. I don't really know what happened. I think I was just kind of watching in a random order, and that was just what ended up going on. But I have really been falling in love with the Vivian over the course of the season, in particular her style. She has been turning some looks on the runway that I am just a huge fan of, and I'm also really a big fan of her makeup. Her makeup is always so beautiful, so blown out, so blended. I was really blown away by her Dolly Parton makeup look. Oh my god, she like turned herself into Dolly, like no plastic surgery, no nothing, just makeup brushes and skill. Like that was absolutely insane. But the look I'm actually going to be recreating here is the pleather principal look. As you can tell, I really loved this runway. I think it had some of the best looks of the entire season. I don't know, there's just something about the material of pleather, which, I don't know, for me as someone who sews, I love and respect anyone who can put pleather through a sewing machine just to begin with, and so to see these beautiful like sculptural works of art coming out of this runway was just so cool. So yeah, here's the video. And now we're on to Raja Gemini, which by the way is a great name because I too am a Gemini and we love representation. Raja is the oldest queen on the season, also from the oldest season, and yet you really wouldn't know it based on her style and her attitude because she is so cool, she's so chill, she's so good with the flow. I aspire to be as cool as Raja when I grow up, truly. Like, she is everything I want to be and more. I love her fashion, I love her attitude, and I also just love her ability to charm everyone around her. I mean, she ended up with 2 stars and everyone on the internet like lost their minds because she is such a fan favorite, and I love that for her. She's so cool. I'm also recreating her pleather principal look, except it was really hard to find anything in that snakeskin print that she used, and so it's not quite perfect, and I'm a little bit sad about it, but you know, we gotta make do with what we got. So here you go, Raja. Love you. We're on to Trinity the Tuck. I love Trinity. As I said earlier, season 9 has some of the strongest crops of winners like ever, and Trinity is another one of them. She and Monet are actually twinners, as they've been calling each other throughout the season, and they're also the only 2 queens who really put themselves into an alliance, which I think is interesting. I think Trinity is probably the most talented seamstress on this season. She has been like whipping out looks for anybody who like asks or even looks at her and is like, and she thinks they could really redo it. It is just like so cool to watch her work. She is so good at her job. Like, I can't even. And so I'm actually doing one of her ball looks. I just think that she turned this look out. It's so beautiful, and this is also the episode where she helped every single other queen with their look, and I was like, just the spirit of helping. And yes, I know, like, in the competition it helps to help people, but I always appreciate good sportsmanship, and I think that was excellent sportsmanship, and also the look is beautiful and gorgeous. So thank you, Trinity. And finally, we're on to Evelyn Audley herself, Evie Audley. I'm actually doing her promo look because Evie is such a unique person, and the work that she does is so specific that I honestly couldn't find pretty much any of her looks on TSR, and so I kind of went with a variation of her promo look. Not quite perfect, but you know, we gotta make do what we got. I love Evie. I think that she is really, really cool. Like, she's one of the winners who is so, like, effortlessly cool in everything she does. I just love her, and I'm so happy that she made it onto this season and that she's showing everybody just who she is, you know? I love you, Evie.